Hello and welcome back to the channel, my little watchers. I missed you. Uh, it's been a hot minute since I've been able to actually make stuff. I've been busy with school and work and all that, but nobody's here for that. Everybody's here for the main title of the video. So
Get straight into it.
Princess Tutu. What is it? Okay, so this is an older anime that I actually knew about a long time ago when I was a kid. I found it on Netflix, and yes, I was watching Netflix on the Wii. Don't worry about it. Basically, it's about this girl named Duck, and she is a duck. Oh, also spoilers for the whole series at this point. Everybody should know that. I think going into it, but just so you know, if you haven't watched it, go watch it because I highly suggest it. You can find it on Amazon Prime, and you can get it for free if you already have Prime up and going. Yes, it smells free. So basically, it's about this girl named Duck, and she's at this ballerina school, and she's learning to dance, but she can't, and she's awkward and clumsy, and I just love her.
You don't think I'm weird?
I don't.
I can't believe it. No one's ever said that to me.
She's awesome and everything you want in a really girly protagonist anime. I think you could compare her to a lot like Bee from Bee and Puppy Cat.
Doggy! So cute! No hitting!
And I absolutely love Bee and Puppy Cat too. As you can tell, literally everything about me, I'm a huge magical girl fan. I love Sailor Moon. I love Madoka. I love, oh my gosh, what's that one? It's the one with the eggs. I can't remember, but I'll put it up on screen if I remember. But basically, back to what I was saying. She's at this ballet school and is in love with this guy named Muto, and he's like the cool guy in the class, but he is a blank piece of paper most of the time. We'll get to why he is that later. And she really wants to get closer to him, but doesn't know how because she's too awkward. And yeah, so basically that's like the first main bit of it, because again, we're heading into spoiler territory if you don't want them to leave. But basically, Muto is a dum-dum and falls out the window. So Duck sees this, tries to save him, and then she turns into Princess Tutu, which form is given to her by Drosselmeyer, which is kind of like the guy who pushes on the story, but he's not an antagonist really. He helps both the protagonist and antagonist, because he's just here for entertainment, and honestly, same.
Oh dear, the prince is going to die.
She saves Muto, and Muto's like, oh my gosh, who are you? And she's like, well, I can't tell you that. Quack, quack, quack. And okay, so this is when we learn every time she says the word quack, she turns into a duck, like a literal duck, because that's what she is. And then if she jumps into water, she can turn herself back. So, anyways, so basically, Drosselmeyer informs her about, like, we have to keep the story going. Like, I know you're a little freaked out, but you know, you gotta help Muto, because don't you love him? And she's like, yes, I do. And so he's like, cool, cool, cool. Now, I need you to go and find these shards of his heart. The prince needs his heart back. And she's like, the prince? Oh, you must mean Muto. Okay, can do. And so basically she was running around looking for these shards of his heart. But Fakir, who is kind of not his brother. I don't know why. When I was little, I thought they were brothers, but they're not. They're like friends. Even though they did grow up together, but again, that'll be explained later on. But anyways, he's very protective of Muto, and he doesn't want anybody to get close to him, and especially very suspicious of Tutu. And he does not want the story to move on because he kind of knows what's going on behind the scenes and everything. But then we have Rue, who is the prima donna ballerina of their school, and she's gorge. I love her. Even though she's kind of like, I love how they characterized her instead of just making her like the mean girl of the school. Like, I mean, she is, but she's nice. I don't know how to explain it. She has an air of arrogance and being better than everybody, but she still is kind to people. I mean, not so more much as we go on through the show, but at least on first meeting, and that's why everybody looks up to her, because she is the prima donna and she is here to slay. So basically, Rue, again, spoilers, last time I'll play this, but Rue becomes our main antagonist, who is Princess Craigie, who's basically kind of like a double of Princess Tutu, because she want Muto to get his heart shards back, but not for the way you would think. She likes him without personality. Literally in one of the episodes, she gets mad and slaps him because he's asking her questions about, what is love? Why do I feel this way? And she's like, oh my god, what is wrong with you? Ew, you disgust me. And it's really funny. Honestly, the show is really funny, but really good. And it's not funny in a meaning to be funny way. It's just funny in the way that it is.
Are you like this to everyone you talk to? She licked him!
Look at this face. I hate this face and its feelings.
Also, I would recommend the dub. The dub is amazing. I've never watched the sub before because the dub is just so nostalgic for me that I can't bring myself to do it. But yeah, so that's like most of the main characters you'll need to know, at least for this video, because I'll go over the rest of them. So, that being said, let's get into the actual redesigns, because starting off with Duck, I already really like her design. I think it's really cute and it's really iconic, and there's really not any other anime character that really looks like her that I can think of off the top of my head. So I kept her hair because it really fits her childish personality. And I thought about changing the eye shapes, but I really love the downturned kind of eyes. For Tutu, I kind of wanted to give her like an alternate personality, because when she becomes Tutu, she becomes more soft-spoken and quiet. So she seems a bit more mature and less childish. So I made her eyes a little more scrunched and her face a little pointier and longer. For the outfits, I redid the school uniform. I didn't really add much to it. It's a school uniform. I didn't want to make it too complicated. The only thing I changed was adding a little vest that maybe they wear has like different colors or something to show what class they're in, and just basically added more decoration. It wasn't a huge deal. I also drew her class outfit. I don't really know why, I'm gonna be honest. I think I just gave her a little headband, and that was about it. For Tutu, I was struggling. I was struggling with the wings so bad, because I really wanted to keep with the swan theme, but it was just not coming to me. So, when she first saves Muto, she makes a bunch of flowers, and so that's basically what I did. And I'm not a huge fan of the little circular crown, so I didn't really do that. And I still wanted to make it look delicate and ballerina-y, so that's why I kind of reduced the amount of feathers and went more with like a petal kind of look. But yeah, I mean, I like it. I think it turned out okay. Going back over it, I went and added her little duck form and her little swan form. I also thought it'd be cool to, instead of her wearing an actual like necklace like she usually does in her duck form, I would like to see it more as like spots or like some kind of pattern on her feathers, at least for when she turns into a duck, or like embedded in the skin. I think that would be interesting. And then, yeah, that's pretty much mostly what I did. The green fabric, though, on her tutu outfit is see-through. Well, at least for the top, because, again, flowers. And I gave her a circlet instead of the crown, because I'm not a huge fan of it. But yeah, I mean, I like it. I do think I could have stuck with the theme a bit more, or at least for more of the bird theme, especially with the Crow Princess as kind of her double, but no, personally, I like it. Yeah. Alright, okay, so next we have Rue / Princess Crazy. Honestly, there's not a lot I would change about her design. I actually really love it. It's simple, but it encapsulates her character well. She's definitely a classic beauty type of girl, and she fits very well within like the setting just naturally, because their town has a lot of Renaissance-looking buildings and sort of feel to some of it. It doesn't have a set time frame, but you know, I just really didn't change much. I just really like Rue's design. And then I don't know why I was struggling with his hair. Yeah, I just moved her part to the side instead of the middle. And then for this small sketch, I just gave her a little tied back kind of ponytail to keep most of the hair out of her face. Like, what I would rather her have it down a lot more than she does, but I do understand. For her crazy design, again, I just kept it pretty much the same. I just gave her a more quote unquote scary eyelash and just sharpened her eyes like a bit more along with her eyebrows, but that's about it, honestly. She's a good design. It's very solid. I also think I didn't change her tutu a lot, that she just already has, because I really like the shape, even though it doesn't make sense to my brain. But, you know, I like the deep V. I think it's cute. I added, like, different layers of feathers, I'm pretty sure, because I really like the feathers as, like, basically acting like a petticoat. And then I just gave her more accents that reflect her design from Tutu's, and because she has thorns in her magical girl transformation scene, I added them to her neck and her arms and the inside of her dress, so it makes a little bit more sense. Alright, so for Muto, this one was kind of hard because he's so just blank for most of the first part of the show. He does get his little 3 separate outfits of his pajamas and his actual prince outfit. I wanted to keep his face definitely rounder than Fakir's, but sharper than Duck. Well, obviously. I want him to look like a sad little Victorian boy, but I also don't at the same time because I remembered he was a prince at the same time. So he's gotta look a little brave. I darkened his skin tone to make his hair and all his white accents pop out way better and way more, because he just looks like a white blob most of the time. But yeah, that's mostly just what I did for him. I didn't change his hair much. I like it. I like how it's like long and longish and shaggy. But for the rest of his outfit, sorry, watch me struggle for a second. I did start out with his little pajamas, and I just added pants because the man needs some pants. Like, I have 2 nickels for every time he jumps out a window with just a shirt on. It's weird that I have 2. Why did it happen that much? But moving on to his prince outfit, I took a little bit more away from the ballet prince outfit and more towards an actual prince outfit. Otherwise I didn't change much. Like, I personally like it. For the Prince Crow outfit, I am in love with this design because, okay, so basically Craigie rips out his heart and he turns evil. So that's why I gave him white contrasting with red accents to match and very spiky looking accessories, like his shoulders. Instead of giving him an actual crown, I wanted to put them on his shoulders. And yes, I know it's usually like, don't put spikes on your shoulders because when you lift up your arms, like, they're just gonna hit your face. And I was like, well, that's kind of a good idea because he kind of like he's kind of hurting himself, even though he doesn't know he's hurting himself because Craigie like tricked him. But I don't know, I really like the main idea of where his heart would be and then where it was ripped out and then all the red.
What the?
Tarnishing the white of his shirt. I think it was a cool idea. But yeah, that's basically all for Muto. Again, he really doesn't have most of a personality through the show. And even when he is a prince, it's like a basic Disney prince kind of character, with less singing. But yeah, I think it got a little better. Last but not least, we have Fakir, who's probably my favorite now that I'm way older, because I used to really not like him as a kid, and I had a huge crush on Muto. But it switched over to Fakir now. Yeah, he's a really good character. I love how they wrote him. It's like where he's okay, so at first he's a little mean, but like very mysterious, and a lot of girls at the school have like a huge crush on him because he is mysterious, while Mito's just more like beautiful. And I don't know, I really like him as he is. His skin tone is slightly darker than Muto's in the show, so I just added that. And because he's a knight and he gets in fights a lot, I just had a little scar to give spice. I didn't change much. I did redesign the boys' school uniform on him, which basically it's kind of the same as the girls, but just without a skirt, honestly. I redid his knight outfit because it's mostly just cloth or like a shirt in terms of like he carries around this big old sword that's really Muto's sword, and he's like, I'll fight to protect you, and then like doesn't have any armor, and then he wears like that black torn up shirt, and then he wears like a blue torn up shirt that's shorter and doesn't have a belt. But yeah, Fakir was pretty easy for me. I don't know. He seemed like a pretty straightforward character, so I didn't mind as much redesigning his overall look. I almost forgot. I actually did some of the side characters. So the first two I'm drawing are Tutu's best friends, PK and Lilie. Lilie's the blonde one, PK's the pink-haired one, Magenta. For Lilie, I just gave her more of a black albino girl kind of aesthetic because I don't know, I was really feeling it. She's adorable and my favorite. PK's just really cute. She's definitely like a surfer girl vibe. I also did Miss Adel because I feel like her design just needed a revamp in general. I was going for creepy circus doll, and Mr. Cat, he kind of harasses students but threatening to marry them when they get in trouble, so I gave him a wife because that's gross. And so then I just changed, I just moved some colors around. I didn't change everything too much. For Drosselmeyer, at least, I did him in grayscale because I thought that would be really cool as a, ooh, he's behind the scenes kind of in the shadows look. So yeah, there they are. There's not much to them. I just wanted to add them on. Alright, so I'm trying to scrunch down my redesign videos a bit, so I'm gonna go through this really fast. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe because it actually does really help, and I need commission money. So if you want a commission from me, go check out my stuff. And thank you for watching again. And if you have any recommendations for movies, games, or TV shows that you would like to see redesigned, leave them down in the comments and tell me what you think about the video anyways. But I will see you when I see you, watchers. So goodbye.